Yo guys, and welcome back towards this new live stream here on the channel. On today's live stream, I will be discussing the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency market, and it will be in general give you guys my overview about what we're currently seeing. And today as well, I will be picking the winners for the $2,000 giveaway. I will be, of course, pick 4 lucky winners, and of course, I will do it through a randomizer. And yeah, guys, it's going to be very easy. Just, yeah, if you're interested, don't forget to right away slap up the like button on today's video. You could still participate in this giveaway, what we're going to be picking in, like in a few, probably like 10 or 20 minutes from now on. You could still participate on our Instagram page, but, sorry, on our Twitter page, I mean. But with that being said, guys, let's jump right away in towards the content to discuss the market and further on go over what we are currently experiencing here in the cryptocurrency market. So right now we have been seeing Bitcoin coming up and creeping up a little bit once again from off that 37k level all the way back up towards 39.5k. Of course, yesterday I've been tweeting about that this level of the CME gap will be most likely act as a magnet for Bitcoin, because the CME gap, this tweet was where I was talking about the CME gap is usually a level where Bitcoin is going to get pulled towards. Right now, we do know the CME gap was trading around to 39.9k. So if we're looking towards the charts of the CME, and that is, let me see, this chart over here, you can clearly see Bitcoin, its CME gap has not been filled yet here. And so far, we're closing in towards the CME gap again. And that could be potentially a level where we could be heading towards before breaking down further from up this point here, of course. So what we can experience right now in the 1 hour time frame is that Bitcoin clearly is in a downtrend. We are forming lower highs along the way down here, and that is of course always what you do see once you are trading in a downtrend. Together with that, while we are forming the lower high structure, we're as well forming the lower low structure on the market. We're forming lower lows, lower highs, basically indicating we are in a losing strength period. As well, what we can experience on the market is that Bitcoin is currently forming an hidden bearish divergence. What we can see here is that the momentum is climbing on the RSI and forming higher highs, but the price action is still continuously coming down here, showing and indicating that we're currently forming a hidden bearish divergence, and that could be most certainly lead towards more bearish price action and towards an even further pullback in this market. Excuse me. So this is actually a pretty bearish and a pretty bad thing to see on the market right now getting played out here on the 1 hour time frame. So Bitcoin clearly losing more momentum. Of course, if we're going to look at certain levels of resistance and support, I'm going to be looking at this resistance range here between the 39.7k towards the 39.6k as major resistance. If Bitcoin breaks above of this level, we could be for sure look for more bullish price action towards the upside, because if we do break this horizontal range over here, we're basically breaking the downtrend, and we're going to be most certainly see more bullishness come towards the market in the coming days afterwards, in the coming hours, especially afterwards of that scenario. As well, there are several ways how you could be approaching the market. Yes, you could be as well look for this downward sloping trend line over here that could be getting formed here. So what we can see over here, downward sloping resistance getting formed on the market, several rejections already getting formed on the market over here from this level. And if we do break above of this range here of this downward sloping trend line, then we could be as well aim for more bullish price action towards higher levels again, because if you do break down trends, that could be always lead towards massive market volatility towards the upside indeed. So far we're still coming down here, and so far, yeah, we are in this bearish bias pattern and in this bearish bias trend. So I'm not going to anticipate bullish price action playing out right now on the exact time of recording, but if Bitcoin is going to come up here, yeah, we could then expect more bullishness in the market. But so far, it looks to be that we're in this downtrend, like I explained on the 1 hour time frame, and it is more likely to see a further continuation towards the lower sides getting generated from this point here. But the only thing that I keep in the back of my mind here is, of course, the CME gap that could be still lead towards more bullish price actions in this market. So that is, of course, particularly exciting to see here. If we're then going to look at the 4-hourly time frame, we can clearly see, before going further in towards the charts, let me remove all the drawings. Like we can see in the 4-hourly time frame, Bitcoin moved up, came down and started this downtrend basically, and right now we're in a period where we're not seeing any strength from the bulls coming towards the market. We can as well see that getting reflected by the funding rates. We're seeing massive negative funding rates across the border, what means that people are not comfortable the market is bullish. People are extremely bearish on the market. People are giving me very extreme predictions about Bitcoin going down towards $20,000 US. Bitcoin is going back to 20k, and I'm selling everything right now. I am currently not doing so. Yes, we're in a significant downtrend currently, but I'm going to show you some charts, what is of course very important to analyze. So let's first dive in on what we're seeing on these recent candles, of course. And if I'm going to enable the MACD, we can see something very interesting. And this is actually a signal that you do get once you do want to be trading, and if you do trade just like me on market reversals. So right now we're getting an indication of a market reversal. First of all, we're seeing the MACD trend flipping bullish. We're seeing them having a bullish crossover on the market. That could be leading towards a little bit of more bullishness in the market. Second of all, we do have Biden is going to be meeting with Putin in principle if Russia has not invaded. So if Russia is not going to invade in the coming days, they're going to meet and talk with each other about certain stuff on the market. Pretty bullish if you would ask me, because people right now in fear about the Russia-Ukraine situation, and I will be as well explaining this stream a little bit more in detail about why I'm currently still buying Bitcoin, because people are asking me, Rover, why are you buying Bitcoin once the tensions are so high with Russia and Ukraine? And I'm going to explain in this video why I am still buying. So what we can see is that the price action currently on Bitcoin is moving down here. We're forming lower lows on the price section, and that is of course very easy to spot and identify. But at the same time, we're seeing the MACD forming higher lows. What does this mean here? It means that the MACD is showing us an increasement of strength here, and the price action is showing us a decreasement of strength here. This is actually a pretty interesting scenario to play out. And besides that here, guys, we're finally at the levels that I said this is my accumulation range. I have said it several times before, the $38,000 is my level for buying. I always had this text over here, I am buying here, I am buying here, and that is of course still what I'm currently doing. So I am currently accumulating. I yesterday started accumulating more into my positions. I've bought way more HLD, I've bought way more Bitcoin and Ethereum. And actually, I'm pretty happy with my decision. So what we can see over here on the market, and as well for quickly enabling the daily time frame, is that we have not broke the downtrend yet here. Yes, there are some trends that we have been breaking, like of course this trend that we have been looking at, upper support line on the daily time frame. But what we're seeing is that we're forming higher low after higher low after higher low. So we're still in this higher low scenario. And since the daily time frame already broke above these highs over here, we're still in an upward sloping trend, and you're right now on the lower side of the trend. So the risk of accumulating Bitcoin right now is of course significantly lower. As well, in the 4-hourly time frame, we can see this perfect retest is coming in towards the market. And if you would ask me, previous major market resistance, like you can see over here, major market resistance on the market is right now getting retested as support, like you can see, because we're getting a short-term bounce so far. And what I want to be seeing is a more significant bounce here back towards the $41,000 US, of course. Because if we're going to see a bounce back towards $41,000 US, I can officially say we formed another higher low on the biggest time scheme. And that is actually not all too bad here, if you would ask me, of course. So we're currently seeing this retest coming in towards the market. And in my opinion, together with that retest, together with the momentum divergence that we're getting created here on the MACD and the bullish crossover that we're creating on the MACD 4-hourly time frame, this could be most certainly lead towards more bullish price action in the coming hours ahead of ourselves towards the upside. And this could be actually not so bad as everyone thinks right now, because the market is also currently over leveraged towards the downside, suggesting that people are afraid, suggesting that people are anticipating lower price targets. Is for me, of course, once again, 1 + 1 is 2. And of course, as well, with the scenario between Russia and Ukraine, what I will be explaining in a second, it is for me a pretty good accumulation range here. Of course, the MACD bullish crossover is for me for sure a thing that I am extremely bullish about right now here, because you don't see these bullish reversals here on the market several times. Last time that we saw it was over here. So I was quickly looking for an example. Let me make the RSI a little bit smaller, and let me make the MACD a little bit bigger. So I can give you guys some examples right here on the market. So literally the last time that the MACD had such kind of a divergence was over here on the 18th of December. We formed, of course, lower price actions. we formed a lower low on the market, and we were forming a higher low here on the MACD, suggesting that the sell pressure was running out of the market, and then we were seeing a more significant pullback up here. So that was definitely a very bullish signal that we did saw in the market over there. And let me quickly see if we have another example. Here we were not forming a lower low. Here we were not forming a lower low. So these examples are very hard to find. Because they don't play out every single day, of course. So yeah, it's pretty interesting what we saw over there. Here we saw one. Here we formed. Oh no, wait, it's a higher low. So yeah, once we are forming such kind of a MACD divergence, it is pretty special, like you can see. It doesn't happen every single day here, and since it is happening right now once again today, and it's a pretty significant one and a pretty easy one to read here, like you can see, this is definitely for me a bullish buy signal together with the retest that we're getting, and together with the negative funding rate. So if you would ask me, that looks pretty bullish here. So if we're going to look at the daily time frame, yeah, we have been looking at, let's say, this previous resistance range over here, resistance, support, and right now we're trading below this level. So this is actually looking pretty bad here. As well, I was looking towards this upward sloping support line, like I just showed you on the market. We also broke down of this upward sloping support line, suggesting that we are breaking the trend here. But like I told you already, what I will be still aim for is the higher low structure on the daily time frame. Right now, we broke a lot of the upward sloping trend structures here, unless this higher low structure on the daily time frame. So if we do break this higher low structure on the daily time frame, then I would say, yeah, it's really game over for Bitcoin. If we're breaking below the 36.8k, then Bitcoin is right away going to fall down towards levels around to 30,000 towards 29,000 US dollars. This is of course the next target that we're going to be aiming for, but that's only going to happen if we do make this candle play, of course. I'm not going to say, no, we're going to go for a 25% correction right now. No, I'm going to be minimizing my risk. And if we fall below the 36.8k, then I'm going to say, yeah, we're going to look for a 20% correction. So we'll be maybe take less profits out of it, but I have more confirmations in the market to expect that movement towards the downside. Of course, I'm never saying, okay, Bitcoin is right now going to go towards 100k. Bitcoin is going to right now go towards 20k. No, I always wait to see how the candles are going to develop themselves, because it's very hard. If you don't know, if you're already in cryptocurrencies for a very long time here, it is very hard to predict exactly where the market is going towards. So what is the most important thing to do here is wait for confirmations. And I see someone asking us right now, when will you do the giveaway? Guys, I will be picked a winner live in this stream here in like 10 to 20 minutes. So if you still want to participate in this $2,000 giveaway, make sure to do so right now. Giveaway winners picked live in this stream. Give me a second. I'll be right back here. We'll be discussing further in towards the charts. Give me 20 seconds or so. So yeah, winners will be picked later in today's stream here. What giveaway we're talking about? We're talking about my pinned giveaway here on my Twitter page. You guys do take a notice. Let's say, because we're going to use a randomizer for picking. Let's say you are picked and you're not signed up through this Bybit link here, and you have not commented your Bybit UID, or maybe through one of the other links I have been dropping out on this channel. You will be not able to win it, so we will be redraw the giveaway. So if you're going to get picked here and you have not followed all the requirements, there will be a new winner picked here. So please do take a notice. If you're not following the rules here, there will be a new winner picked here. And of course, I will be check everything live on today's stream here, and I will be as well pick the winner live today's stream here. There are going to be 4 winners. We're going to win $500 US. And it's definitely worth to check out here. So go towards my my Twitter page right now here. You can still check it out here. I will be picked the winners in like 10 to 20 minutes live today here. So make sure to check it out. I truly hope everyone is going to be winning here. I truly hope, yeah, may the luckiest one be winning, of course, today. So make sure to check it out. It's going to be absolutely epic here. I can't wait to pick that winner. So yeah, do know that the requirements are definitely there that you have to be following. Let me quickly check up on further things here. Fibonacci retracement from the low zone, typical 618 level. Let me quickly check up as well on the Fibonacci from the swing low to swing high. We're coming towards the 0.618 here. It's a pretty typical buy zone indeed. Let me get towards a clear chart. Excuse me, let me get towards this chart for here. Of course, it's not a very clear chart, but let me set it up on this chart over here. Fibonacci retracement. Of course, it looks to be that we're currently trading against the 0.5 in the Fibonacci. The 0.5 is, of course, the midpoint of the trend here, usually the strongest rejection zone of the trend here. And what you can see so far is that we're getting rejected by it for already 3 candles in a row. And if we're going to be looking for more accumulation, it could be definitely around that level, around the 37.8k. So Bitcoin could be potentially still come down here and then move up again and come down and move up again. So far, our orders are not filled yet from the 0.618 here, but so far we're retesting very strong horizontal support, what is also a pretty good range if you would ask me here. If we're going to look at the daily momentum that we're currently getting generated, it looks to be that we're not necessarily forming bullish or bearish divergence on the price action, but we could be forming some bullish or bearish divergence on the moving averages. So let's see how that is going to be playing out over here. But so far, it looks like a very interesting scenario, and it looks like a very interesting play that we have in for you guys out there right here. So if we're going to be going forward into the chart here, we can see that our sideways accumulation period for Bitcoin is took another week longer. And the longer the sideways accumulation period for Bitcoin is going to take here, the more significant wave 2 is going to be. But like you can see here, wave 1 of the bull market got started after a very long period of consolidation. And personally, my expectations is that wave 2 is going to get started as soon as we are once again going to see a long-term consolidation phase. And right now, like you do know here, I could even basically extend this period here, but I will be approaches like still bull market phase here. But right now, so far, we've been accumulating for 380 days here in a row. We've been going sideways because the price action has not been very different than a year ago here. We've been basically going sideways. We've been seeing sideways accumulation for Bitcoin. We've been seeing weak hands distribute. We've been seeing strong hands accumulate. We've been seeing big parties taking their positions in the market. It is a very interesting market and a very interesting accumulation phase that we're currently in here, because no, we're not on a bull or bear market. No, we're in accumulation phases right now here. And in accumulation phases, you can be buying Bitcoin against a way cheaper valuation. So that is definitely the period that we're right now in here. And I am not going to distribute my cryptocurrencies in an re-accumulation phase here. So if we're going to even look further towards it, and if we're going to be analyzing the market, we should be as well look towards the indeed S&P 500. We should be looking towards the S&P 500, because if we're not looking towards the S&P 500, we're going to be missing out massively. We're going to be missing out massively because the S&P 500 is currently moving the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency market up and down and basically swinging the market. Because the S&P 500 so far has been reacting most likely against the Russian news here, and the S&P 500 then has been moving Bitcoin a lot. So what we can see if we're looking to the S&P 500 is that it is actually looking pretty worse if we're going to look at the daily time frame. Because on the daily time frame, we can clearly see the left shoulder is getting formed here on the market. We're seeing a head getting formed on the market, and currently a right shoulder getting formed on the market. So if you don't know already, this is a typical scenario of a head and shoulders. And head and shoulders is a typical bearish bias pattern here that markets can create here. So it's kind of a bearish bias pattern. Could be breaking down with a very horrible target, because the breakdown target of a bearish bias head and shoulders is of course from the head towards the neckline. And if you're going to be breaking down below the neckline, that's going to be your price target. So in this case, we could be suffering another 12% here of the S&P 500 if we're going to be breaking down of this head and shoulders pattern. What will be bringing us down towards levels of midpoint of 2020. And that is of course absolutely terrible to see here for the S&P 500. And the market could be losing a lot of strength and a lot of momentum, and could be going into a massive market correction. And that could be as well lead towards Bitcoin coming down massively, because Bitcoin always tend to follow the S&P 500. So right now it's going to be important to watch the S&P 500 holding on towards this horizontal range, because if it falls below its horizontal range, we could be then look for, of course, more bearish price action. So please do take a notice. This is going to be absolutely crucial to witness right here on this market. And we're going to look to the imminent short term on the S&P 500. We have been still continuously formed this downtrend. If we're going to look at any news articles, there's not necessarily anything special that came out about Russia right now here. Of course, I do know as well I'm from the Netherlands, and the Dutch embassy as well moved away from Ukraine. So a lot of embassies are moving away from Ukraine, what is of course absolutely terrible to see. What we can see as well is that we're forming downward sloping resistance lines on the market, and that we're basically forming a trend line that's currently is rejecting the market. But mainly what is moving the market here is fear. And right now I'm going to go in towards my story, what you should be paying attention towards here. Let me do this. Now I'm going to go into a story. I'm going to give you guys a very quick lesson about something that you should be paying attention towards. Let me see. I'm quickly searching up some information in the bank. I'm quickly searching up some information. Is what I do need for me to discuss this, because I want to discuss something. And I want to be going in depth about it, because I'm going to talk about, is Bitcoin really going towards this market correction if we are going to see the war break out here? Because that's what people are saying. People are selling off their Bitcoin. People are afraid. People are afraid because people think that like Bitcoin is going to go to zero as soon as the war breaks out here. But I totally disagree with it. But I'm quickly searching up the article that I was looking at. I can't manage to find it right now. I don't know why. Oh wait, I can find it on my Twitter. So we're going to pick the winner as well later today, guys, in like a few minutes, probably after the story. But let me search this article up here, the post that I did here on my page. It's over here. Yeah, it is all right. So what I will be talking about right now is why I do think that, let's say, if the war comes out here on the market, I think that Bitcoin is going to be increased in valuation. So let me first explain this. So people are right now afraid Bitcoin is going to go to zero if the war breaks out here, because currently Bitcoin has been moving down because of the potential war that could be breaking out between Russia and Ukraine, and Russia and Europe, and basically Russia and the rest of the world, you know? And people are saying, oh, if the war breaks out here, Bitcoin is going to go to zero. And I don't really have a good argument. I've never heard a good argument from someone, because what I think is going to go to zero is the dollar. Why? Is because if you're going to go to war, you need a currency. You need a currency that is backing the war, because war is expensive. And the biggest downfall of every single war that always happens, just like World War II, just like World War I, is the funding. There is going to become some point that you can't fund the war anymore. And that is the point that you're going to give up. That's the point where you're going to give up. And my camera is making myself look very white. That's very weird. But there's going to become a point of the war that you're going to give up because your economic system is not working anymore and you're going bankrupt. And what will be happening in World War III, if it happens, is that the US is screwed, in my opinion. And they're already starting to make a digital currency. Why? Is because there's one thing playing out right now in the world here. The US dollar is the world reserve currency, right? So every single big every single big country and every single country basically have dollars in reserve. And what they can do is literally bring those dollars in circulation. And you know what happens if they do bring those dollars in circulation? They're going to be absolutely a massive market crash here. So let me explain this, why there will be a market crash. Right now you can see over here the rank, the country, and the currency in reserve. And of course, it's in billion US dollars. It's expressed in billions of US dollars. So what you can see over here is that Bitcoin, that US dollar, that China is holding 3,400 billion US dollars in the bank. Russia is currently holding 562 billion US dollars. What I do expect here, if there's going to be war breaking out, is that Russia and China are working together, because it will make a lot of sense if they're going to do so. Why you're asking me right now is because they have the same way of thinking and they have their same politics standpoints, of course. And if we're then going to look at how much dollars there are in circulation, currently there are 2,200 billion US dollars in circulation. So that is the dollars that's in the pockets from people, that in just in circulation, right? And those dollars that Russia and China holds are all physical dollars. If they bring those dollars in towards the market, they could be creating massive inflation. They will be creating massive inflation because they can literally bring up the total supply times 3. They could be bringing it up towards 6,000 billion US dollars. So what could be happening if the war breaks out here is that the way to win the war is to crush the opposite economic system. They're going to pump all these dollars in the market. The dollar will be having hyperinflation because literally the purchasing power of the dollar will be lost by, like your purchasing power will be getting lost. Like 60% of the total purchasing power will be going away out of the market. What is of course terrible to see. And at that point, what is going to be happening? If there are so many dollars in circulation, and if this war, they're going to print more dollars to fund the war, what is going to be happening at that point? At that point, everything that is expressed in dollars but can't get printed will be increased in its value. So Bitcoin is the perfect hedge against this whole war scenario. It's the perfect one, And I hear people saying, I am selling off my Bitcoin because I'm afraid for the war, what it will do towards the market. But actually, if you're selling your Bitcoin and going to shift it towards dollars, just look at the Deutsche Mark in World War I, you know. It is crazy. It went absolutely skyrocketing. It went, and my camera once again, the Deutsche Mark absolutely skyrocketed. It had hyperinflation because of war. Every single currency of a country always goes skyrocket in terms of inflation if there is war. So everything what you shouldn't hold is like the currency. Fiat currencies is not the thing to hold right now. And please, camera, please work with me. So I think fiat currencies right now is a thing to stay away from. What I actually think what is happening right here on the market is that these bigger players are trying to be benefit from the fear that's currently in the market, and they are literally saying, okay, because there is right now this and this going on in the world here, they are trying to be pushing down Bitcoin. They're trying to be benefit from the big players. They're trying to benefit from him because what they're doing here is the news articles there's so much FUD in the market right now for Bitcoin. Just like the China FUD. If China is going to say we ban Bitcoin for the 30th or 50th time, what these wills do here is drag the price action down here because people say, oh, China banned Bitcoin, price action is moving down, everything is over. And what's happening right now is exactly the same, but only with Russia, Ukraine. There are wills that are moving the market down here so they can accumulate cheaper Bitcoin, etc., etc. It's once again the exact same play of the market. It's history that is repeating itself here in the cryptocurrency market. So let's see what is going to be happening. And personally, is it possible that the digital one will be the new world reserve currency? I mean, so far, China has the strongest world economic system. So it would make a lot of sense that they will start to become the world reserve currency. But yeah, let's see what is going to be happening. But I don't know what will be happening. Personally, the world reserve currency should be Bitcoin. It should be once again backed by Bitcoin. That's the future, and I think like generations will be going past over it. And currently we are in a place, and my camera is doing so weird. I don't know what it is, but like we're right now in a generation. Like there's a lot of steps being made here in the right direction, in terms of the money, and right now finally we could be in a place where we are going to start this next revolution, and. We are right now just on the right time, and just imagine how big Bitcoin can be here. Right now, it's very small. Less than 3% of the world is invested in cryptocurrencies, and less of 1% is invested in Bitcoin itself here. A lot of people invest in altcoins. Bitcoin is just the beginning, and if you're not invested in Bitcoin, you're missing out on a lot of financial potential freedom. And if you're selling off Bitcoin because the market is moving down, because the price is scaring and freaking you out, that's not how you should approach the market. That is not how you invest in Bitcoin. It's like investing in companies like companies that have like Tesla. Like you don't invest in Tesla for tomorrow. No, you invest in Tesla for coming 10 years because it could become an extremely big company because it's working on innovative stuff, you know. So it's definitely a longer term investment. I mean, I personally think that this is a great buying opportunity. Of course, do your own research, and we will see where we're going to stand towards. And we will see if my theory is right. If, let's say, if war breaks out, what I totally don't want here, I don't want war to break out. Don't get me wrong here. But let's say if it breaks out here, Bitcoin is going to be skyrocketing. And that's the whole problem, that people are not seeing this right now. So that is absolutely crazy to see here. Let's see how it's going to be playing out here. Guys, we're going to pick the winner in like 4 minutes from now on. In a 10:35, I'm going to pick the 4 winners that's going to win the $2,000 giveaway. So make sure to stick another 4 minutes till I'm going to pick the winner. You can still participate in the giveaway. If you follow all the requirements, you will be eligible to win. If you're not doing it, you will be not able to win this giveaway. $500, 4 times, guys. The chance is particularly big to win this giveaway right here. With an approximately 300 entries, your chance is 1 to 80 or 1 to 70 to win $500. And probably there's going to be some accounts that are filling in an incorrect Bybit UID, and those will be getting disqualified. So let's see who's going to win it. Russia said we have no intentions to attack here. They're even withdrawing troops. Only the US. I mean, you know, like there. I'm. It's pretty weird, you know, because World War II, like, yeah. In World War II, they were also saying, Germany was also saying, oh no, we're not going to invade. Only this. No, we only want to have this. We only want to have this. No, only this, only this. And then, of course, they're going next step. So, let's see what we're going to have here. What is a good private wallet are you using? I suggest to get my money out of Kraken since I hear to freeze account. They get to freeze. I mean, not your keys, not your crypt, not your Bitcoin. So, indeed, a Nano Ledger X is pretty good. Nano Ledger X. I mean, I think I like, because a lot of people ask me this stuff. I think I put it in my description, right? I think I have it in my description. So if you go towards my stream here, you can see extremely useful cryptocurrency projects. This is the Nano Ledger S here. Like I did it on Amazon so everyone can order it. This is the Nano Ledger S. You also have the Nano Ledger X. That's a little bit more expensive, but this is definitely a very good way to store your cryptocurrencies on. It's definitely a very good way to store your cryptocurrencies. It's extremely excited. And guys, by the way, quickly going to give you guys a heads up here. Let me see if I can search it up here. I made a new Instagram account here, like you can see over here. This is a news account here. So if you're interested in following news on Instagram, I've got you covered, because on this Instagram account, we post more than daily cryptocurrency news here. If there's breaking news, if there's a very cool stuff that we do know about cryptocurrencies, we will be posted over here on Instagram. It's Rover's Crypto News here. You can follow us on Instagram. And we give you guys, thank you for your membership here. Welcome to the membership here. Arshad Muhammad. Thank you. Enjoy your color in the chat, of course. But if you want to be following this, basically the best news page out there on Instagram, follow Rover's Crypto News here. This is going to be one of the biggest news pages here on Instagram here, I can promise you. But yeah, we will be post daily stuff about cryptocurrency news here. Like we posted about Tesla, of course, accepting Dogecoin at all supercharge stations, and as well Crypto.com signing a 9-year deal to become the F1 Grand Prix sponsor of Miami, head sponsor. So make sure to check it out here. Instagram, Rover's Crypto News. Pretty cool if you're going to follow that account to stay up to date about the market. Rover, what are your top 5 coins you're looking at for the market? Wait. I can't see it anymore. Mohammed, yeah, you have to place your UID in the Twitter page, my man. Your UID has to be posted on the Twitter. So no more deep state. I mean, let's see what's going to happen. Hopefully no more. So let's pick the winner, guys. I'm going to pick the winner. So I'm going to copy the link of the tweet. I'm going to search up giveaway picker Twitter. So we're going to be picking the winner real quickly in the stream before going back in towards the analysis and before discussing even more cryptocurrencies. So what you need to have is nothing. You have to follow at Rover CRC at least. At Rover CRC. There are going to be 4 winners. Your account can be anything. And of course, I'm going to pick 4 winners. And after that, I'm going to check at those winners what they basically said and if their UID is correct. So there will go some time over it, but let's go and continue. There are approximately 375 entries. Continue, and let's begin the wallet draw. And these are the lucky 4 winners. But right now, I will be checking up. I will be check up here. If they actually as well followed up here on their Bybit UID. So let me quickly search this up here. 30th. Oh man, this man has not commented their Bybit UID. That's the problem. So yeah, like this already is a winner, but it falls away because he has not commented his Bybit UID, and that's of course necessarily to do because then I can check up if you are correctly. So we already will have a one repick. Let me see if this one is correct. Mr. Toned. Oh, this man. I think this one will be required. Let me see. This was posted on the 7th of February. So let me quickly check up here if this one is correct. This man is tweeting way too much here. I will check it up. I will check it up real quickly in the maybe on my side of my screen here. This man is tweeting so much. Oh wait, I think I have to just pick here a few entry. Here it is, yeah. Yeah, he retweeted on 7th of February. Okay, so I will check the wait. Well, guys, I will do it differently. I will check the winners after stream because otherwise it's going to be very, very a lot of work for me. But these are the standard winners. And right now I will be checking up if you like if everyone if they're going to do it like afterwards. Right now it's not fair, so I will be still repick the winners. And I will let everyone know who the exact winners were and if I will be do a redraw on my Twitter page, guys. So after the stream I will be going in depth of it again because otherwise it's going to be very boring to do this while the streaming. After the stream I will be do a tweet with all the winners. And I will let everyone know how it went here, who the winners are, because I have to do some research what they tweeted about here and what their UID is, and if they correctly signed up from it. And otherwise, it's going to be taking maybe 20 minutes in the stream, and it's going to be absolutely boring. So there's going to be a redraw. Is there someone here? Congrats, guys. Yeah, I mean, I will be doing a redraw if they were not. If they not shared their UID. Your UID is it's indeed completely safe to share it. It's like your code attached towards your account, but it doesn't do anything at all here. Please do it now, but it will take a lot of time. It will be very boring for the stream, guys. So I will be picking the winners, and guys, I will tweet about it, and I will use your. I will tweet about it. So of course, like you do now, we're not doing any fake giveaways, but it's just for me in the stream way too boring. I want to talk about the cryptocurrency price section. I not want to be doing my whole stream picking a winner. That's going to be absolutely boring. So I will be checking up the winners, and of course after stream I will be put out a tweet about who the exact winners are. So please make sure to check out the Twitter. If you're going to be winning, you will be probably tagged in the tweet here. You will be getting tagged in the tweet. Guys, can someone tell me we're going to see Ethereum staying around here? We'll go below 2,700. So we're going to check out on Ethereum right now here. I'm going to check up on Ethereum right here. Ethereum currently trading at 2,725 here. This is of course a pretty interesting level to trade on. They're trading below the 0.236 here, previous rejection zone, and right now trading below it again here. So actually, yeah, it's looking not all too strong here. And if we're going to look at this downward sloping trend line, we could be maybe look at the retest here of this trend line, like you can see. So Ethereum is getting retested, and what is going to be the most important part to witness on Ethereum is going to be my horizontal chart. And where's my horizontal chart at? Here it is. So Ethereum did broke below very critical support. Like you can see over here, previous resistance, previous support, previous resistance, previous support. and right now we're trading below it, so this is actually looking pretty bad here. So just like the last time around, we came down towards this level around $2,300. That is actually a pretty good range for accumulation, because on that range over there, we have seen Ethereum bounce off very strongly. So I do look forward towards what we're going to be having. Let me see. And I do look forward towards what we're going to have here in terms of where Ethereum will be trading on that point here. Let me quickly check up on something else here as well. Doing all these kinds of things in the background. Yeah. So yeah, looking pretty interesting, if you would ask me. So yeah, right now what you can see is that Ethereum on the US dollar is trading below our critical horizontal range, and that's of course looking a little bit more worse. If we're going to be looking in terms of the momentum, we are generating a little bit more of bullish momentum, especially if we're going to come down here. We're most likely going to create a lot of bullish momentum. But so far, there's nothing really we can see here on the higher time frames in terms of what Ethereum exactly is going to be doing right now in the imminent short term. So what we can see as well is that on the 4-hourly time frame, we can see that we are having a bullish crossover on the MACD, like Bitcoin as well had. So that's definitely a bullish signal that we're currently getting on the market, and that could be potentially lead towards more bullishness. So that's pretty decent to see right here. As well, we can see that the MACD is climbing back towards the upside while price action keeps falling down here, as well, showing and indicating that we're not on an all too bad of an accumulation range right now here. As well, what we can see is that we have been still forming a downtrend, lower highs, lower lows, together with the lower lows getting formed over here. So basically, we have been as well in a downward sloping trend here. If we're going to look at very strong accumulation ranges, we can look at this horizontal range over here, because you can clearly see we've got previously around rejected several times on this level. We found a support level over here, and right now we find a support touch over there as well. So in order for Ethereum to really break down here of this level, in order for Ethereum to see levels around the $2,300 once again getting touched here, we have to be breaking down below the 2,615. If we do break below the 2,615, I personally expect more bearish price action, and expect as well more significant follow through towards the downside. But at the end of the day, of course, like you do know, if we're going to look at Ethereum, it's going to be very important to look at how it is performing against Bitcoin. And basically the performance of Bitcoin is also very important, but as well on how Ethereum is performing against Bitcoin, because that could show you a good accumulation level. And if we're going to look at like this range over here, we can clearly see Ethereum against Bitcoin has been forming a minor uptrend together with this minor downward sloping trend line on the higher side. So basically what we're seeing is that the price action is going to get squeezed in towards an apex. We're coming down, price action from the highs coming down, price action from the lows coming up, and this is squeezing the price action in towards an apex. This could be breaking out anytime soon, and then we could be seeing, of course, a volatility shock towards either direction. So let's see how that is going to be playing out for sure. As well, if we're going to be looking out towards horizontal support and resistance, we are definitely going to look at this horizontal range over here of previous resistance, and right now that is this level is flipping into support. Like you can see, this is a very strong accumulation range of previous resistance, support over here, and we're having horizontal support box over there as well. So this is going to be pretty crazy level to look at. And if we're really going to look at whether we're going to be breaking bullish or bearish, I want to be looking towards these two ranges here. If we break above the top side, we're going to be looking for a very bullish period in the market. If we're breaking below the lower side, we're going to look for a very bearish period in the market. So that is basically the ranges that I'm currently aiming for. And if we do break out towards one direction for the Ethereum compared to Bitcoin dominance, we are going to be looking for this significant price fluctuation here against Bitcoin. So it's going to be important how we're going to be measuring Ethereum against Bitcoin, and it's going to be important on how Bitcoin is going to be performing, and that we're going to be monitoring the Bitcoin performance. In this case, the Ethereum compared to Bitcoin performance is looking actually not all too bad here. We have been trading in a lower high trend, but as well in a higher low trend. So we're basically in a period where we're just waiting before we're going to choose the direction, right? If we're going to be breaking bullish from here on, we're going to look very, very strong here. If we're going to be breaking bearish from off this point, we're going to look a little bit, way more weaker against Bitcoin. So it's going to be a very important period of time, and I will be keeping you guys up to date here on my Instagram page, on my Twitter page, and on my YouTube page here. So make sure to follow us on all the socials so you will be not miss out on anything over here. Hidden bullish divergence on the dominance. Expect altcoins to bleed here. So let me go even further in towards the chart here, and indeed let me talk a little bit about the Bitcoin dominance here. So you're saying that we're seeing a hidden bullish divergence, and that's exactly true here. Because on the daily time frame, let me go to the 3-day time frame, because the 3-day time frame is definitely my favorite time frame to look at in terms of the altcoins. I mean, yeah, you're maybe seeing a bullish or bearish divergence on lower time frames. If you're seeing a divergence on, let's say, the 4-hour or the daily on the dominance chart, I don't really expect that we're going to see much bleeding going around here, because those divergences are not so strong on the dominance. Because yeah, indeed, you're going to be forming a hidden bullish divergence on the daily time frame. But like I do know from experience, is that the daily time frame is not the strongest place to look for divergence on the Bitcoin dominance chart. The best time frame to look at is, in my opinion, the 3-day time frame. So I'm not necessarily anticipating anything to necessarily bleed or pump or whatsoever. I'm just going to be standing with it in a neutral phase here. What we can see, of course, is like we have been forming actually a bullish divergence on the altcoin dominance. So, I mean, for me, it's definitely I'm definitely neutral right now. Not necessarily expecting a major pump or dump here on the Bitcoin dominance or altcoin dominance. So what we can see is that the altcoin dominance is still providing more rejections along the way up here. It has been in a very sustainable uptrend. That, like right now, we are losing a lot of momentum, like you can see here. We have been losing a lot of momentum, and this is actually indeed a very big signal. Like, altcoins indeed are most likely going to be bleeding, because we can see clearly we're losing so much strength here. We're seeing a so significant amount of momentum exiting the market, and the price action not continuously forming higher highs, but not so significantly anymore, not exponential anymore, I should say. And that is showing us right now we're losing a lot of strength in this market. And this could be leading towards a significant loss of momentum and a significant correction in the altcoin market. So let's see how it's going to be playing out. But like we do know here, if Bitcoin is going to be pumping up towards 50k, altcoins are most certainly going to take up their part as well here, and they're going to be moving up as well with Bitcoin. But it will be making a lot of sense that the altcoin dominance is going to cool off a little bit here, since yeah, they have been seeing such kind of a significant rise already for a sustainable period of time, and usually after such a significant rise, they have to come down at one point. And what I want to be seeing, that they are going to be breaking this upper support range over here, and then they're going to come down towards this blue range over here, and then start an uptrend again. That will be absolutely a beautiful scenario for me to see right now. But since they're indeed losing momentum, indeed, we could be expecting altcoins to bleed and Bitcoin dominance to be searching up again anytime soon here, even though that we're trading in a bearish buy pattern right now here on the market. Let's see. Look at the Bitcoin dominance. It just got crashed at the stream right now. Yeah, on the 1 hour time frame. Holy damn, indeed. Yeah, I mean, the Bitcoin dominance indeed came down massively. Holy damn. While streaming, indeed, there have been some altcoins apparently coming up again, and that's why the Bitcoin dominance is moving down here. Because if the Bitcoin dominance moves down here, it are the altcoins that are moving up. That's indeed true. 4 hour dominance is dead. I mean, not too bad, right? So, yeah, looking pretty interesting if you would ask me. Let me go further in towards the charts there. Let me look at Cardano. Cardano actually still not creating bullish momentum. On the RSI at least. On the MACD, it is creating bullish momentum. So, on the MACD, it's currently forming higher lows. Price action still forming lower lows, so that is actually pretty good here. There's still a lot of people selling off in these in the lows on the market. I see a lot of people right now out of nowhere calling for 20 cents Cardano, 20k Bitcoin, because people want to be seeing. I mean, people are always moving with their emotions, and right now their emotions are too bearish, so they're taking their losses and they think they can be buying back on 10 or 20 cents. But then the market out of nowhere kicks up again, and they're going to FOMO back in towards the market on higher levels. So yeah, let's see how it's going to be playing out here. But personally, right now, I am stepping in towards the market rather than stepping out towards the market. So let's see what is going to be happening. VeChain, please, let's go over VeChain. First against Ethereum. VeChain against Ethereum looks like, for me, a strong accumulation range here. We can see as well the momentum has been perfectly growing on the MACD, right? We have been seeing less and less sell pressure coming towards the market. Price actually keeps continuously coming down. Looks like a perfect ingredient for a reversal. So that's actually pretty good here. Like we can see, we're back in our accumulation range. And this is for me a low risk accumulation level where I do see VeChain as good accumulation, of course. On the weekly time frame, on the US dollar valuation, we're as well retesting those highs over here, currently flipping it into support. And let's see how it's going to be bouncing from this range over here as well. On the 4-hourly time frame, we could be looking for a very significant pattern that can be breaking out for the VeChain price action, right? We could be looking for either a falling wedge structure that could be getting generated from this point over here. And that could be actually be quite interesting to be playing out, of course. Falling wedge structure could be very nice to be trading it towards the upside. And that could be playing out anytime soon here. And as well, you could be approaching it maybe from here on. And yeah, I'm just very curious about how it's going to be playing out for VeChain. But actually, right now, we're forming quite of a bullish bias reversal pattern, and I should be approaching this a little bit more like this here. Where we're trading in a bullish bias reversal pattern, and I'm very curious about how it's going to be playing out here. Personally, I think we can be easily see a significant breakout towards the upside getting followed from off this point here. So VeChain actually looking pretty solid and interesting on the imminent short term here. So I can't wait to see how it's going to be further expel itself here on the market. You're tired? No, I'm not tired at all, man. I'm not tired at all, actually. Thank you for answering about VeChain. I love talking about VeChain, actually. I love talking about it. So for the market, not really moving, actually. Pretty boring markets that we're right now trading in. I mean, actually, like, talking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, it has been very boring in the recent days in terms of price action. Look at the price action over here. We've been ranging between the 45,000 and 33K. That's actually pretty heavily if you're approached like that. But we basically have been ranging between these levels already for 50 days here. So Bitcoin is indeed starting to get a little bit boring. That's true. But it should be picking up anytime soon again. Downtrends doesn't always last forever. There's always going to be a point that downtrends reverse. And right now we've been trading for an approximately 103 days in a downtrend. You could be approaching it differently. We have traded in a downtrend for 75 days here, because this has been the point that we have been starting to form higher lows once again back in the market. And this has been the point that we have been starting to create more bullish momentum basically as well in the market. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about how it's going to be playing out from off this point, of course. But actually, we could be say that the downtrend is already over on the daily time frame. Like 4-hourly time frame could be maybe look a little bit nasty, but the daily time frame is still looking pretty okay if you would ask me. So we're just going to be waiting and see how it's going to be playing out right here, right? So we're forming higher lows on the daily. It is actually not looking all too bad here. You can also tell about how few people are watching the stream. Normally, a lot of more people are here. That's true. You know why? Like, I think we have like now 40% of the people. Like while we were trading on all-time highs, we were always having 1,200, 1,300 people watching. But those people that are right now not watching are really the people that attach their emotions towards the market, because they have this period in their life. I don't want to look to Bitcoin anymore. I don't care anymore where it is going towards. I don't care, blah, blah, blah. That is how it goes. Yeah. That's how it goes. We're on a bear market. Guys, let me know. I will be putting up a vote here. We'll be putting up a poll. Are we in a bear market? Guys, let me know. I'm going to be putting up a poll here. And are we in a bear market? Yes or no? It's very simple. Make sure to vote here. And that will get a very good view on the market, what you guys currently think, of course. So what we can see as well is like the funding rates are pretty negative. A lot of shorters still in the market. Very comfortable. The market is going to keep continuously coming down here. The people will come back. I know people will come back, because once we're going to hit levels around 50, 60K again, those people will start coming back. because the market is going to be start to get interesting. But you know what I like, a lot of people, you know why not everyone is becoming crypto rich here is because like 90% of the people step out of the market once it's becoming hard. Like the challenge starts right now. The challenge starts right now by investing your time in crypto, doing your research in crypto, doing your analysis in crypto. That's the hard period. The people only look at the trophy. Some people only look at the trophy and not on the way to get the trophy, because it's a very long way to get that trophy. But the problem is that everyone is looking to the trophy only. Everyone wants to have the trophy, but they are not looking to get the trophy. That's the problem. It's like right now, it's indeed a harder period for a lot of people. People lost fortunes of money. I lost fortunes of money as well in this correction on the market. But I'm not going to be sitting in a corner crying, because that's never what will be working here. Mini bear market, macro bull market. That's I am Starbuck, exactly what I mean. Can you do some analysis on HOD? Let's do some analysis on HOD. Let's talk about HOD. So, I mean, actually, HOD bounced back perfectly. Let me go, the daily time frame. So, let me remove the text for a second. I placed this text for Twitter. It's very nice for you guys to understand, to see my charts on Twitter, of course, on that point. So, guys, if you still want to be following me on Twitter, make sure to do so, at Rover CRC. You'll be staying up to date about the market here. Definitely worth you to check out here. I give you guys all kinds of updates here, as well here on my Instagram page, where we give you guys all kinds of feedback here on the market as well. So HLD, what we're currently seeing, like I warned you guys about, I've been accumulating my position in towards HLD. I've been very happy with my position I've been accumulating in towards HLD, because yeah, HLD has been just a perfect buy in the recent period of the market. HLD has been a very good buy, and I've been buying it with leverage. The funding rates are extremely negative currently on HLD, so the risk is most certainly particularly low here on HLD to accumulate it. And what you can see here is basically, if we're going to look at previous price action, then we got a lot of supportive touches. Here we got a rejection, here we got a supportive touch, here we got rejections, and right now this level is flipping into support. So of course, this was a pretty good range for accumulation on HLD. And so far it has been it's been going perfectly. And of course, if you look at it on the 4 hourly time frame, you can see last time around we've got support, we've got rejected, and right now we're finding support. And HLD is absolutely spiking back towards the upside in a very rapid pace again here. So currently I'm still in an HLD position. I am here trading in a position on Bybit. I'm making like $20 a day here because the funding rates are so negative. Sorry, $20 every 8 hours, so $60 a day. But of course, I want to be making more money with it. I'm currently $10,500 invested into this trading position. I'm 21% down here, but my strategy with this trading position on HLD here, and this is the HLD price action, excuse me. My trading strategy with HLD here is that if the market is going to come down further, I will be, of course, accumulate more into this position. So currently, I will be buying more into HLD as soon as we're going to hit levels around $140, and then I'm going to be doubling down my position. So I will invest another $10,000 to get my position doubled down here. So for me, I'm pretty excited how it's going to be playing out for HLD right here. But yeah, so far, yeah, we're closing in again towards $175. Then I will be playing equal. But for me, this position is definitely for the longer term, because I'm only using a forex leverage. It's going to be a very low quantity position that is going to be just more for fun purposes and for showcase purposes on how I do my trades and how I open my trades and how I can maximize my profit, because I personally think HLD can go towards levels of approximately $1,000, and if we're going to go towards those levels, we will be making massive profits, because if HLD will hit $100,000, we're making already a profit of $200,000 with a 10K investment. So we could be making a return of $190,000 with a 10K investment, and that's the nice part about trading on Bybit, because what I'm doing, I'm using only a forex leverage. And what we do know with HLD is a very low cap market. I mean, it's pretty low cap still here. HLD Elrond is right now trading on, where is it? Elrond, this is not even in the top 50 anymore. It was, oh, here, I was just saying. It plays till P38 here. So if we're going to look at all where it was trading on, even it was trading on a 10 billion market cap, and it was still pretty small for each LD. Right now we're trading so significantly below it. It's one of the most undervalued layer 1 solutions. It is definitely one of the most used solutions, so it will be definitely increasing its valuation. So I'm very comfortable it is going to skyrocket. And if this season comes here in approximately, let's say, 2 to 3 months here. This is a position I will be maybe have open for 2 to 3 months here with each LD. It's a 4x leverage, so it's extremely low risk. I won't pay a lot of funding fees if they go positive, and I can carry this trade easy on towards very high levels on the market, and I can make a bunch of money with it. With 4x leverage, so extremely low risk, it is like, for me, the perfect way to trade the market. I like to trade with low risk, and if the market is going to come down, I'm going to double down again here. I'm going to double down again, and I'm going to just on that way make so much profit. It's going to be crazy. So yeah, if you do want to be trading this market as well, don't forget to check out Bybit here in the link description. Bybit is currently offering you still $4,000 deposit bonus, so you could be, let's say, take this trade and add an extra $4,000 because Bybit is giving you that money for free if you're signing up for my link in the description. So it's going to be pretty interesting how it's going to be playing out with my trading position. I will keep you guys up to date how it goes there. I will add more towards my trade more and more and more, and I'm a huge EGLD lover, so I mean, I'm just planning to ride this trade towards the moon, of course. So I've already got a very big stash of EGLD here. I hold like many EGLD here. I hold like a lot of EGLD, and I mean, I'm still going to do so in the future as well. So I look forward towards it. I definitely look forward towards it. FTX is I disagree that FTX is better, because FTX, a lot of market makers are on makers are on there, so the chart of FTX fluctuates way more significant, and the fees are not lower on FTX. The fees on Bybit and FTX are the same. I can guarantee you. I can guarantee you the fees are the same on FTX. So let me quickly check up for the last time before I say something incorrectly, but I am almost certain that the fees are the same. So currently I can, that's pretty unfortunate. Currently I can say, yeah, the fees are the same on FTX and Bybit. So as well, Binance has higher fees than Bybit in the beginning, and of course with Binance you can level up here, of course, with trades. So no, I definitely think that Bybit is a better exchange. Oh, no problem. But like almost on 90%, like FMX has got as well the same fees of as Bybit. Like almost every single leverage trading exchange has the same fees. But like the nice part about it, I don't know, I currently don't use FTX anymore. Maybe they brought out an update, but currently as well, Bybit has like the spot feature, so that's pretty good here, and they have a lot of cloud mining. You could be buying your crypto on it with ideal credit card, whatever you want here. So it's pretty good here. I mean, Alex, it's really like if you have long-term trades open, it really doesn't like it differentiates, right? So if there are a lot of longers out there on the exchange, you have to pay a lot of fees if you're in a long position for a longer period of time. If there are a lot of shorters on it, you don't have to pay a lot. And maybe on Bybit there are different kind of traders on it. So yeah, there could definitely be like a fluctuation, but it's nothing with the exchange. It's like the funding fee you're talking about right now. Funding fee. That's the point. So yeah, let's see what it's going to do here. I mean, I'm not really using FTX anymore since I got like squeezed out of my position for bullshit. Because if I look through the FTX chart, like let me see. I had one time that my position got squeezed out here because of the FTX market moved very weird, right? So that is of course my very bad experience I had. It was like a very while ago. Was it over here? Was it over here? Like it was in the beginning of this year, 2021. But I got squeezed out because of FTX, their exchange moving liquidity or something. It was very weird. FTX sponsors Max Verstappen. That's not true. FTX sponsors, oh, maybe that's true, but I know FTX sponsors Mercedes F1. So I know FTX is sponsoring Mercedes. I don't know if they're sponsoring Max Verstappen. Bybit is sponsoring Max Verstappen and Red Bull Racing. So it's pretty cool. bullish retest on the 29k here. It looks like we're currently getting one. Actually, if we're looking towards the market, you can clearly see we're currently retesting previous resistance. So resistance over here, resistance over here. Currently getting retest, already saw a supportive bounce from it, and right now we're retesting it as well. So potentially this could be, of course, a level that we could start to be bouncing from off. Limit orders are always way better on every single exchange. It doesn't matter if you're trading on Bybit, it doesn't matter if you're trading anywhere. Limit orders are a better idea, because on limit orders you're not paying those fees. Because if you are going to market enter, you're entering for the best price possible, and that's why you have to be paying a premium. That's how it works on every single exchange. So always limit order, because that will be drastically reduce your fees you're paying on that exchange. So please do take that to notice. It's definitely very valuable to use it. Otherwise, you're going to get screwed. So make sure to use those fees here. Make sure to use those limit orders. It's definitely in your advantage to do so. Anyways, guys, right now I will be wrapping up the stream here. What I will be doing here, guys, is drop out an update here about who the winners are in like the coming 30 minutes approximately. So if you want to be finding out about who the winners are going to be of this giveaway, make sure to check out my Twitter page, because maybe you are, if you participated, going to be one of those winners. I will be dropping out a tweet like 30 minutes from now with the 4 winners. Of course, I will be showing as well the details with it, everything. So guys, thank you so much once again for watching towards this amazing new update video here on the market. If there's going to be anything that's going to be happening on the market later today, I will be dropping out another live stream or another update video. In the meantime, I'm going to do some more research. Bitcoin looks like at a pretty good bullish retest on the market. But if something happens on the market, I will be dropped that live button right away here to join you guys once again with the price action here. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.